Hey everyone, and welcome to the preseason chat with the Scuderia Alpha Tauri team here in the BRL, the Bwoah Racing League. We've got Rusty Nish with us, who's Nish Jai. He's the team principal and also one of the main drivers at the team. Alongside him, it's RB Ferrello, Raunak, and he'll be one of the main drivers as well. And of course, our last season's Ferrari driver is alongside his last season's teammate this season as well, Jefferson, the reserve driver of the team. So, boys, let's start off with preseason testing. I want to hear how you all thought it went for each one of you all. So let's start off with Jefferson because he attended both sessions. So yeah, the avocado.
Yeah, I expected it. I expected to be slow because I haven't played for such a long time. So just to improve, just to build consistency. So
Yeah, but actually, to be honest, I expected you to be a bit higher because if you remember in Race to Zero Hour, you had a much better pace in 2020
yeah.
compared to 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to remember. I used to be in points. I think in Race to Zero Hour. Even I am very surprised. I used to drive at the back in every Bwoah Racing League races. So pretty surprising. I think everyone got used to the F1 2028.
Probably the break had an effect there. But you attend both the sessions. How do you feel it went? How was it driving out there in the free practice as well as, there were other drivers as well. How did you feel? Do you think BRL is the same? There are a lot of new drivers. So how did it feel being out on track, apparently out after quite some time, right?
Yeah, didn't expect so many IRC Tier 1 drivers driving. I thought most of them will be BRL. So, yeah, as I said before, just want to build some consistency and maybe if I get the chance, I should score some points, I guess.
All right.
Okay. These guys are pretty quick, so I have to keep up also. Right now, I'm very far from the pack.
And you've got a quick team as well, Rusty Nish and RB Ferrello. But on that note, Rusty Nish, how do you feel preseason testing went? Let's hear the team principal view first, and then we'll get on to the driver's view.
With respect to team principal, I think it was great. I think we all improved. RB did exceptionally well, which is what we expect from him. He finished P2 in the race, very good in the quali. And even in the practice session, I thought with respect to myself, I was doing all right. It was really hard to string a lap together because there was so much traffic, 19 other drivers, some slowing down, some still on their hot laps. But I think in the practice session, I finished P8 or something like that. I'm not sure. And quali also around there, so that wasn't bad. But the race was just shambolic, and I'm currently struggling with hardware issues. I am praying to God. I am praying to my parents. I am doing all of that. So hopefully we get that sorted. And with respect to Jefferson, I'm certain it's just practice right now because the whole reason he was one of my top priorities for reserve driver is he's got raw pace that we saw in Race to Zero Hour because even over there he didn't have a lot of practice. But trust me, in the radio, he never joined the radio, but we used to all be like, what is he doing? And I used to be especially frustrated because I was like, why can't you just come join the race on Sundays and get Ferrari points, But he's got pace, so that's all very promising. You see Jefferson's times also, like from the practice day 1 to day 2, they've been improving. So that's what we can take.
Yeah, I mean, I remember those days how we were all shocked. He's doing brilliant on the weekdays, but he doesn't turn up on Sundays. Moving on, Ferrello, how did you feel practice went? And it's possibly the first time you're in arguably a capable car, considering its equal performance. And we had heard that you're a super capable driver, and now we are getting to see it. So how do you think it went, the 2 days of practice?
So talking about my, I joined the BRL mid-season. So at that time, it was a realistic performance, right? So I joined with a wheel, but I had to, replace my wheel, and I had a Williams, plus I was driving on a keyboard, so that was quite a tough time. But later on, I think we scored fifth and sixth, me and KDB as William driver. So that was a good end to the season. And talking about the practice session, so it was pretty good. And to be honest, Spain is one of my worst tracks, so I couldn't, deliver what I could achieve on other tracks. And I was losing a lot in sector 3. So let's see. And to be honest, the carnage helped me to get the P2. I wasn't expecting a podium there, but yeah, lucky enough.
I was gonna say if the carnage didn't happen, you might have possibly been like free in a state of mind at least to fight for the win almost, and actually end up on the top step of the podium. Do you think? Okay, tell me about this. Right, General Pepe is coming in new as well. How confident are you taking him head on going into the new BRL season?
So I have raced against Pepe in many unranked sessions and in other league as well. So maybe I know that he's a very competitive driver, but I would just pray for some luck on my side, and that's it, because I'm pretty confident that I'm consistent and everything. Pepe is a damn good driver, no doubts. But yeah, so with some luck we may beat him.
All right. And back to you, Rusty. So, team principal, what's the game plan for the team once season starts? What's the game plan? What have you
What's the
told the
game?
boys?
So one thing I think all three of us struggle with is practice. Ronald's got other games on his priority, and it doesn't help that both of them are working. Some of the other lads are just sitting at home like me. But I'm just frustrated with the game because I just can't get any frames, and it's just frustrating. So if we are able to like put in at least like 150% race and then a couple of practice sessions every week, if we can get ourselves to do that, I think we'll be in a good position. So game plan's nothing much. Practice through the week, see who's quickest on Saturday, who are the two quickest drivers on Saturday, and then try to win on Sunday. That's all.
All right. Let's move on for individual objectives and goals for the season itself. So Jefferson, you did say you came in to just get a bit more practice, get going once again in the game itself after a long break. So do you have like realistic goals going into the season? Because knowing Rusty Nish, he has already hinted at a possible switch in drivers if the occasion comes. And then there's the factor where he's got an issue with hardware. So what are your realistic goals going into the season itself?
Okay, my goal, to be honest, is to catch up with these guys. I realize that I'm very far from the pack. Like right now, checking on the practice race, I think 4 seconds off the pace. I think so. My aim is to get at least 1 or 2 seconds. So if anything happens in the race, anything goes really weird, I can take advantage, right? So for that, I need to be like bit close. So maybe a good practice may fulfill that, I think. Let's see.
Awesome. Okay, that makes sense. All right. What about you, Ferrello? Your goals going into this new season, new team, equal performance. Tell me what you think.
He better say he wants to win the drivers' championship. He better say that.
To be honest, my first goal is to have fun. Like it's not there's this competitive feel, but with that I should have fun. It should not affect me, right? So that's my first goal, first priority. And second, I can say that we have so many fast drivers over here, like KDB, Pepe, Big Man Joe, Avi, UK as well. So I would like to finish like top 3, to be honest, in drivers championship. And maybe for team, we will try for constructors.
All right. We will try for constructors. Rusty Nish, got the same confidence as your teammates? Huh?
So not with respect to drivers, I think like we've got to be realistic. I can't go out saying that I'm going to try and win races, but what I am going to do is, I'm going to try and stick around, like be close to the pack so that if there are opportunities so that we can do the best and be able to provide enough points so that, we can challenge for the constructors championship as well. Because if Ferrello finishes, anywhere in the top 5, and if I'm near 6 and 7, if we finish like, even if we finish like 4 and 5, that's almost like 22 points. So that's not short. So try and make sure that we are in the lead pack all the time, and then see how it goes race to race.
All right. Let's move on to a couple of specifics. Interest-wise, a race y'all are looking forward for, given that it's a 20 grid lineup from here on out for the season ahead. One race you're looking out for. Let's start off with Rasanish.
I am not looking forward to Monaco, that's for sure. Low street circuits, please. But again, like you guys all probably know, Bahrain's Bay. That's why I chose it to win the Ferrari. But yeah, it's going to be Bahrain. I always look forward to Bahrain. I really enjoy that circuit.
What about you, Jefferson? Which one are you looking forward to?
My personal favorite is Suzuka. So I have a lot of time in that circuit. So it's my favorite. And it's also very risky. Like it's easy to spin and go off the gravel also. It's very easy. Especially sector 1 is really tricky. So let's see whether I can.
On that note, last season, Suzuka, we saw SV11, your old teammate, in the initial races
Ferrari.
of last season.
Yeah,
he was on the podium, but in a different team. What do you think about that? Tell us a bit about SV, at least in the early races. Did you all talk on BC
so
initially?
I raced with only few races, I think, if I remember correctly. Like then they switched. He quit BRL, like he retired. So in Baku, he has a really good pace actually. Like he can really race well, but for some reason he always never gets on podium or win. I don't know why, but he's really up there. I know.
Yeah, and clearly the podium and the win which he got at the end of the season clearly helped him. Anything anything you'd like to say to SV going into the season? And I think we kind of lost Jefferson. But anyway, moving on. Ferrello, your favorite race and possibly the one you're looking forward for.
So I'm looking forward for Spa and Monza because they are one of my favorites. And the ones I hate is Baku, man. Seriously, those walls are killer. But with reduced damage, maybe we could survive. But overall, it's okay for me. Every track is fun. I'll just go there and I'll do my job. Comebacks.
All right. I'm pretty sure Rashinish is smiling after he heard that sentence from you. But Baku, you're not a fan of the castle section at all then?
No, man. Seriously, it's so tough over there. And, by keeping the lap times consistent is also a thing. Like you can go from there safely, but then you lose a lot of time. So I'm very much, I get nervous at that point, but still, let's see how it goes.
Makes sense. All right. Let's get a round of predictions, which we possibly can talk about at the end of the season. Any prediction doesn't have to be on your own team, but of the league itself. Could be a race winner, could be a pole position, could be a person who crashed at a particular race. Any one or one prediction or more you want to make for ahead of the season start. Rastinish, let's start with you.
Oh, you suddenly put me in the spot. But Alpha Tauri for top 3 in the constructors. That's one for sure. Srivatsal's going to have the most DNFs. No hate, Srivatsal. Hopefully, he does not take me along with him, but that's another. And finally, I think the from 5th to 10th, the drivers, the order will be decided in the final race of the season. It'll be that close.
Super specific. All right. And what about you, Ferrello? Any kind of prediction?
I think the champion will be one of who's this? I'm sorry, I lost the track, but Pepe is driving for which team?
Haas.
So they may be the constructors, and one of Pepe or Big Man Joe will be the drivers champion. That
Okay.
And about crashes, I won't speak because it would be quite disrespectful. But certain, Red Bull driver.
Nice, nice hint there. But yeah, we got a couple of predictions from team principals as well, so possibly we'll pay them at the end too. But yeah, we got Jefferson back as well. But cool, awesome. Great to hear from all three of y'all. And one last thing though, one team, after seeing the pace that you saw in preseason, one team do you think will be a real challenger for this team? Rashinish.
Like I talked to you about, the field is so close. All the teams have some amazing, but I think one team which could be a real handful is probably the McLaren, because UK and Setu are both brilliant drivers. And I feel like everyone's underestimating UK a lot, A, because of how he underestimates himself to the outside world, but also B, because he's just shifted to a wheel. And if you see his growth in lap times, it's like exponential. So UK is definitely, especially towards the end of the season, he's going to be coming into it. And Setu, we've all seen what he does last season, and he doesn't put a lot of time into the game as well. So if UK can get Setu to put in some more time, both the McLarens are going to be super close. So I think there'll be a handful. But then again, it's so hard. We've got so many good drivers. It's really hard to pick, because like Jefferson said, Srivatsan's got a lot of pace as well. He's got raw pace and accelerates no slouch. He's so technical with the way he drives. So all of these teams is going to be so close.
Okay. All right. Can I get quick thoughts on the McLaren team, Jefferson and Ferrello? Let's start with Jefferson since he's back.
Sorry, who is driving in McLaren?
UK and Setu RC18.
Okay.
Your old pals also. Yeah.
Yeah, the Haas guys, I think, if I'm right.
Yes. Last season's Haas.
Yeah, UK is really good. Like, I really admire him a lot with his. He used to drive in keyboard, right? Now he got a. But for my favorite team is Ferrari. He's like Vix and Gouts, if I'm right.
Okay. All right.
Because Ferrari is doing really bad right now, and they'll be continuing doing really bad. So if they if they win here in BRL, so it will be good for the fans.
Okay, nice. One Scuderia driver supporting the other Scuderia's drivers. Very nice. Interesting season ahead. But Ferrero, go ahead. Thoughts on the McLaren team?
So about McLaren, like UK has definitely a lot of pace, and I feel that Setu and me are kind of equal. But I am still concerned about Renaults, like Mr. Vex and Avi. They both are too fast, and they will be a pain in the ass for the constructors championship. So I think that we will be fighting them for the top 3 or something like that. That will be one of my predictions.
Okay, another prediction just to top it off. All right, boys. Thanks for spending time with me. I will see you at the Australian GP or the Bwoah Racing League. Wish you all the best for the season ahead. Cheers, boys.
Thank you.